When I first came to Korea, there was smoking everywhere.
Damn.
Everywhere. On the street, in the restaurants, in the bars.
In the restaurant.
Yeah.
When I went to the to the realtor's office, he looked at me. I was like, "Oh, you have piercings." And then I went to like get a house. It was in the same area as the guy who, like the Kwanli Shu guy.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh no, we can't rent it out to her." Or old people, they would comment because I do henna also, and then they'd be like, "Oh, you're like my hyungnim," like you're like a they used to call gangsters.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
No, good. Sick. I think you're a good liar.
no,
This is why you wake up early.
Oh, wow.
looks very good,
Yeah.
but it's too pretty.
Story. Yes.
Feel free to eat, but before you eat, if you could briefly introduce yourselves.
Yes, of course.
My name is Aya, and I'm 24. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking what year
no,
we're
no,
in.
I know the feeling.
24, and I study Korean studies at Copenhagen University, and it's my second time doing exchange in Korea.
Your second time on
Yeah.
exchange. Okay.
My name is Sarah. I'm 20. My major in French is literature, French and literature, and here also I studied political science and literature.
Okay.
My name is Nino. It's my first time here in Korea.
So, how long have you all been in Korea? This is your second time.
Yes. Last time I was here for like 7 or 8 months, and this time it's only 6.
Okay, so just over 12 months in total.
Since August.
Since August, so 5 months.
Yeah, 5 months. Yeah.
And I'm here since the end of December, so like.
Okay, so all different
Yeah.
levels of experience. Experience here in Korea. I want to I've lived here for 23 years, so for me, it's home. It's a second home. So I kind of have a different outlook on life here. And what's uncomfortable for me or things I enjoy here are probably different for people like this. You're going to have a completely different set of eyes from what I've got. So I want to hear, first of all, what's been the best experience or the most enjoyable experience you've had here in Korea?
We actually talked about this.
Yeah.
To answer that we're agreeing the most. First of all, the people.
Yeah, the people.
The people are so welcoming, so nice, really charming. Like we had a lot of interaction of people just in the subway or on the streets, just like coming to us and like, oh, where are you from, blah blah, and interested in us.
Yep.
For no reason, just being nice for being nice.
Yeah. I feel like back in Denmark we studied a lot about so one of the best things that I kind of experienced was experiencing Chong. Because
Yeah.
we studied a lot about the hanja for Chong and
Yep.
how it's expressed and what it means, and we spent like weeks on that. But I never really understood the concept until I was here and actually saw so I think that was like one of the best experiences, seeing really what Chong is, but also just feeling extremely welcome. I feel like there are people who are very, very welcoming for foreigners.
I guess it's a similar answer. People, Chong, it's all kind of combined, but is that different from when you go back to France or when you go back to Denmark? Or in Australia, people can be somewhat open to, if we go up and talk to them, but people aren't approaching you. But obviously here, it's completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, I live in Paris, and Parisians are known to be like a little bit cold.
Yep.
Experience for me here, it's very, very different.
I think in terms of how people act towards each other, the colder it gets, the colder people are. We never talk to each other. We don't.
What, on the flip side, bad experiences, or there's a negative to everything, let's be honest. During your time here in Korea, what's something for you that has been maybe uncomfortable? Something that you'd like to see change?
I would say, I think like we got the same experience at our university. I think there was a lot of competition.
Where is that competition coming? Is that your professors trying to make it more competitive, or is it between students?
It's both and. It's because they have this thing called grading on a scale,
Yeah.
where your grade depends on how well your peers do.
That definitely kind of, when you hear that, it's kind of like, when I was here, I think exchange students were almost separate from the regular students, and they were treated differently. And I think, obviously, we had a different experience from what you're having.
Yeah.
We were kind of separated from the rest of the campus and the students, but we're not here just to study.
Yeah.
We're here to
Experience
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One small thing to say, but it's like the only negative to say. I think
But this is because you've had a short-term experience. You're going to have a different.
I can't really speak like. I think the only thing is when we went out, we went to like clubs and people were smoking inside, and I get like that it's fun for smokers, but if you're not a smoker, like,
It's really disgusting.
And like my coat smells like cigarettes right now.
Yeah.
It's the only thing. It's just I felt like the day after we went out, like my body.
Okay.
Healthy air, but it's the only thing. Really.
No. I love that you bring this up. To be honest, I haven't been to a club here in Korea in a long time, so I'm not sure how. So you can still smoke in clubs?
Yeah.
It depends on the club.
Two of them.
Okay.
Most of them, if you pay and get in, it's like cleaner. But if it's free or if they have like a show, a hip hop show, they usually do smoke inside.
Most buildings, more often than not, are smoke-free in Korea now. They've changed it a lot. Like in Canada, smoking in clubs?
Never.
Not at all.
Never ever.
In France?
Weekends, smoking areas in the club.
In the club.
In the club, yeah.
What about in Denmark?
I don't know. I don't go clubbing. So.
Okay. In Australia, smoking is you can't smoke indoors unless it's your own house. So like for a long time, you'd see people at the side of the club and they'd all be smoking, and then they have to go back inside.
Yeah, that's the experience.
So that's interesting. When I first came to Korea, there was smoking everywhere.
Damn.
Everywhere. On the street, in the restaurants, in the bars.
In the restaurant.
Yeah. So you'd be having like samgyeopsal, and the person on the next table would just be smoking away. And I mean, but we're talking like well before you ladies were born. I'm going to take it somewhere else a little bit personal as well. But two things that stand out. Okay, first of all, you've got piercings.
I've also got piercing.
Okay. Have you found Koreans reacting to that any differently?
Yeah, when I went to the to the realtor's office, he looked at me. He was like, "Oh, you have piercings." So I noted next time, take them out. And then I went to like get a house. It was in the same area as the guy who, like the Kwanli Shu guy.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh no, we can't rent it out to her." And then I was like, okay, next time I want.
Because of the piercings.
I think that was right, because I took it out and it was almost like the neighboring building. Oh, like she's such a clean girl, look at her. And I was like, yeah, look at me, I'm so clean. I don't have piercing. Or old people, they would comment, because I do henna also. And then they'd be like, oh, you're like my hyungnim. Like you're like they used to call gangsters. Like, So I was like, oh, that's embarrassing. So if I have henna, I'll be like, okay. That's just not to put them off.
Yeah. I mean, the younger generation is so open to it anyway. I think the older generation, if anything, piercings or tattoos or anything like that. Before I ask you that though, in France, Denmark has a big coffee culture. France obviously does.
Oh yeah.
I noticed you iced coffee. Is that like in Australia? Coffee for us is you drink it hot.
Yeah, same.
Is that not the same in France?
I mean, yeah, kind of the same. Even like if you ask like oat milk or something else, they would like look at you weird. There's like a big coffee culture, but it's like more traditional. Like here, I feel like there's like a lot of coffee with like different themes and some chains with like iced coffee, but it's not like the most common.
You're obviously adapted, and iced coffee is something do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot. Yeah. I feel like I'm Korean and I've had like iced coffee.
I mean, because it's like -6 today, and you're all drinking iced drinks. Iced coffee, I'll drink it myself, but in the wintertime, I'm like, I won't touch it. But Koreans will drink iced coffee 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Like they'll hold an iced coffee cup, they'll be shaking, but they'll still drink it.
Yeah. I remember like it was -25 degrees in Chuncheon. I'd see like the people going to school and they would wear slippers and iced coffee and then a big winter coat. And my eyelashes would freeze while I'm walking down to the campus. And they're just like holding that thing and then like putting it in their sleeve like this to drink. What are you doing?
Slippers with socks or without socks?
Without.
Oh.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like for me, it's shower slippers. Like in Turkish culture, we use them for showering. You only use them in the toilet, but they're wearing them on the street. Yeah. Interesting.
I want to thank you all for taking the time to come and have a chat with me.
Too.
It's been really interesting to get different outlooks on. Actually, hang on. Before I was going to just wrap it up, but I watch the news and I watch television, and one thing you hear about in Korea is K-pop, K-food, K-culture, K-movies, K-dramas. concerts that are selling out in Paris or whatnot. What's been your experience back in Denmark, France, Canada, as big as what we hear about it being?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
I think it's also gotten much bigger.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends who are like love K-pop, like really a lot. I remember when the Blackpink they came in Paris, it was like a huge thing. Like all those subways were like blocked, and like the K-pop scene is like huge in France.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for taking the time. I know you're busy and you probably have to go and study, and I hope you enjoyed your time in Korea and had some great experiences that you can take back home with you. But thank you all for coming out today. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Really nice.
여러분, 오늘도 역시나 외국인 친구들은 한국에서 어떤 경험, 어떤 뭐 추억 한번 여쭤봤는데 정말 알아볼수록 굉장히 다양한 것 같아요. 오늘 여기까지고요. 초대꼴.
초대꼴.